everybody, it's Christine. It's time for Scraplift Crafternoon. We took off last week because of Thanksgiving and travel plans and all the things. So we are back this week. So make sure you check out the description below with the playlist because there's several ladies that play. So we are scrap lifting Briana, and I believe the name of her channel is My Life in Paper, I think. We'll have a link down below, obviously. And she did this actually as part of Scrap Timber 2022. I think she had a sketch, but she's got, it's not an overly complicated layout, which I actually selected this one because I kind of think there's a lot of potential to take this, you know, if you want to go more is more, or if you want to do simple, or if you want to do mixed media, there's a way to take all this and do whatever you want to do. So she's got 2 photos on here, and then she's got a little journaling card. The title's over here, and then there's basically a vertical set of elements going on there. I hope I'm not too far down. I hope y'all can see that. Okay. Sorry, Saturn decided to join as well. So what I have is I got my hip kit. I'm doing it again. I'm breaking my own rules about, I got this just the other day, and I was trying to work oldest to newest, but I just have to do this papers because these are so pretty. I haven't picked out the papers I want to use yet, although I say that, and I did see, okay, sorry, I'm all over the place. These are my Christmas trees, and I just got these up, and I took the pictures. Now, I did kind of bring up the lighting a little bit because it was kind of dark. So hopefully it's not overly exposed, but I think it'll be okay. Those are my 2 Christmas trees, and I want to do a layout about those 2 trees. And I saw in this kit this little guy here, and I think this is cute. So I think I'm going to use this. I don't know how yet. I think it's going to maybe be a vertical element. Anyways. And I'll go through, you know, the papers here. I don't really know yet which of these. There's always so much to choose from. She had kind of a solid, but because, you know, it's hip kit, I don't know if I'm going to use a solid. It may be something more like a tone on tone, like this is really pretty. So I may do something like this. And I think that's really pretty. And I'll probably try to bring in like the red. I don't know yet, y'all. I might have to look. Here's a little plaid. That could be pretty on top. So I may do that. And then there's all these, this cool font. Y'all look at this. Look at that. It's silver. How pretty is that? That is so pretty. So it's kind of neat because it's almost like you could use these letters as like your first letter and then spell out your word with this. I think I might do Christmas trees. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then there's all these cute little stickers. And then of course chipboards and ephemera. So there's plenty to choose from, y'all. I'm pretty excited about it. So let me get started. Let me cut some stuff up and I'll come back on soon. Well, gang, here are the papers I have chosen. I showed y'all that Christmas tree. I did decide on the green little, like, or the white leaves on the green as my background. And then I've got these Christmas trees here. And the sad part is I actually cover up quite a bit of them. So that's unfortunate, but that's okay. I did make this kind of the main vertical element here. And then I've got like the little, you can kind of see it's like blue, green, white, kind of cable knit sweater looking thing. That's going to be the second layer. And then the little red and white kind of sweater looking thing is the second, or the third layer rather. And so I'm just kind of I'm kind of looking to see here, okay, how wide do I want these? And honestly, y'all, I did all this and I don't actually end up using it exactly that kind of way. All right, so at this point, I've gone ahead and cut the papers. I did ink the edges with Hickory Smoke Distress Oxide. And I'm going to ink the edge of this little guy here, and I'm going to end up cutting it. I had to create myself a little horizontal shelf. On her original, or the version that we're scrap lifting, she had like a journaling card. And I had some frames in the chipboard, and I contemplated that. But I end up not using those because of the way my title ends up looking, and then I end up wanting to use some of the stickers. So I don't use the frame. I kind of did contemplate that, and I kind of wanted to, but then it just wasn't going to work with what I had going on here. And plus my picture is a little, the original sketch, and I think even hers, the left picture was a little bit smaller, and I've gone ahead and stuck with the regular size because my tree takes up the whole picture. So anyway, I've gone ahead and put the little horizontal shelf, and then I did put foam behind my right-hand picture because I do want it up just a little bit. And I'm going to kind of put it at the wonky angle like the sketch and like her layout showed. Now, here's where I've got my title, and I've called it Our Xmas Trees. Christmas was just going to be too wide, and I didn't have any way to really make that work. I didn't want to make it 2 lines. That'd look stupid. So, and honestly, I thought to myself, well, this might be the only time you ever get to use the letter X. So I've gone ahead and called it Our Christmas Trees. I really love this font. It's so pretty, though. I love how the first letter, again, I don't know if it's intended like this, but I like how it turned out, where it's kind of like fancy, and then the letters after that are kind of blocky. Now, y'all may be seeing some cameo over on the left-hand side. I've talked my daughter into trying to do junk journaling.
she doesn't feel like she's creative, and she doesn't like, she's tried scrapbooking before, but she's not got eye for the design, if that makes any sense. But I think she actually enjoys being creative because she does like to cook. And then I mentioned a few videos ago, she helped me pick out some embellishments, and honestly, they were perfect. So I told her, I said, you kind of got a knack for it. Why don't you try junk journaling? So she's on the left-hand side of me over there. You might see her hands here and there, and she's trying that. Now, here's where I'm auditioning these ornaments. I thought to myself, maybe I'll put these ornaments over here, and maybe I'll draw like a little line or something so that it looks like they're coming down. But I actually ended up deciding not to do that. I may regret that later. I don't know. But on the other hand, I kind of like how it turned out, so maybe not. But I do like these little ornaments, but I decided not to use them. So I've taken them off. I did find a round little, like, that thing, that little round taggy looking thing, and I put that up in the corner to kind of fill in that little opening. And then I found this little house down here. Well, I think it's actually multiple houses. It's kind of hard to tell. It's 3 different colors, but it's a house with, like, says special Christmas memories. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, well, this is in our house and stuff like that. And I like the size of it. So it's going to go underneath the tree there. And I am putting it up on some little bit of foam. I am almost, y'all, I'm basically out of my fun foam stuff, or the non-fun foam. So I do need to order some. This is actually from, it was like a little craft for my birthday, some white kind of foamy stuff. And I actually ended up putting a little too wide, so I'll have to come, I think I cut this out, but I'll trim a little bit off because I do want it to kind of overlap the photo on the right. So I'll have to fix that, but actually that looks pretty good right there. I'm going to find in my ephemera, there's a ton, you see all my ephemeras up there on the left side, all that stuff's all over the place, y'all. I'm going to find like a poinsettia, and I'm going to find a little holly. And in the upper right, you'll see me add some additional ephemera in just a minute. I'll tell you guys, these 2 trees here, I just love these trees. I'm not going to lie. I just love them. I do kind of color schemes. The one in our den area, or our family room where the TV is blue and white. So that's the one that's on the left. And I think it's like 9 feet. I don't even remember. I made my husband spend a lot of money last year, and I love it. I'm not going to lie. It just pops together, and it all just lights up magically. You don't even have to like connect it per se. They just kind of go in to the little sleeve or whatever when you stick the sticks in there, and they just light up. It's kind of amazing. And then the other one's, of course, pre-lit as well, but I do red and gold with that one. That one goes in our front room. All right, so what am I doing right here? I'm not even sure, y'all. I think I'm gluing ephemera or something. This is where my daughter's kind of looking at her junk journal stuff, and you can see she's got some little black frames. That's not going on my layout. That's what she's using. Okay, so on the lower left down there, like I said, I found my poinsettia, and I've got a little bit of holly. And this is where I realized I shouldn't have stuck that down there just yet, because I want that poinsettia to go up underneath there. And I'm going to attach all that. And then I get this little bit of holly. And I'll put a little bit of glue underneath it so it kind of, it sticks. But I don't, yeah, right there. Just a little bit of glue, and I'll stick that down underneath there. And then I'm going to kind of upper right in just a second. I'll take the Christmas tree. I almost debated against it because, of course, I have Christmas trees. Oh, wait, sorry. I'm going to do these little black stickers first. So I pull out the one that says, "Our twinkle lights are spectacular." And then I think about it just a minute, but I'll end up pulling out "Holiday Chaos" and "When is Santa Coming?" And honestly, I should tell you this too. So it takes me about 2 full days. So we don't pull down Christmas stuff until the day after Thanksgiving. That's our tradition. We pull it down the day after Thanksgiving usually. And it takes me basically all day that day, which, is Friday, and then part of Saturday, at least half of Saturday. So by the time I get all my Christmas stuff up, y'all, I am just beat. I am dead tired. And my husband's like, "You pushed too hard, but it looks so pretty." I just love, I watched, how many years ago now? Maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I got on a binge watching of how to decorate a Christmas tree like a designer or something like that. And I went out and I bought all this stuff. I bought sticks and picks and matching ornaments and all this stuff. So it has to look just so. It has to look just so. And I'm kind of picky about it. So nobody can help me. That's the problem. I can't have anybody help me because they wouldn't do it right. Am I a control freak? Yes, I am. Anyways, so I've got my 3 little black stickers down there. I really like these. They're clear with the little black lettering, and they kind of look like journaling to me. So I did that. And then I did add like 2 little black outline poinsettias in the journaling area too. Now here's where I take that little Christmas tree, and I'm going to put a little foam on the right-hand side, and I'm going to stick him there because it's a little bit bumpy, lumpy on the left side. And there's a little dimension, so I had to have a little bit of foam right there on the right-hand side. So I went ahead and used that. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to kind of dig through my ephemera here, and I'll find a couple of like presents. There's like a pink one and a yellow one. I think I'm looking at little words here. I'm debating on, do I add words? I actually did not get into my chipboard, y'all. I cut the side of it open. I thought I might use it. Here's this little ho, ho, ho. I auditioned that a couple different times, and then I decided against it. It just didn't go. It didn't really add to the layout the way I wanted it to. I love that little car, too. That's adorable, but just did not go. So I have to set that aside. I'll end up, like I said, finding these 2 little presents. I do like this. And then I'll find a little rocking horse, and I like him, too, because he's kind of... just the size and the scale and everything was just looking more right to me with the little rocking horse and the presents. And it's kind of like it's under a tree. You know, we don't actually put anything under our tree anymore. Typically, we end up going on trips for our Christmas. I do put a couple of presents for like my mom and stuff like that, but we don't really do a lot of present exchange. Our family is kind of small, and we've kind of gotten to the point where we prefer experiences over things, just because, honestly, everybody just tends to clutter. So we don't tend to do gifts the same way we used to when my daughter was small. Okay, so I've got my little rocking chair there, and I've got my little my title over there. And this is where I'm looking at the title. I'm thinking, well, I need a little something on the left-hand side of hour. And I contemplate there's a little yellow bow, and I kind of like it. But then it kind of just feels like it's floating to me, and I really don't know how to make it look right. I don't like it. I mean, I do like it, but I don't like it, if that makes sense. So I pull that down after a couple things, and then I try I think I try a peppermint stick or whatever, a candy cane, and I try stockings. I try some things next to trees. I'm just trying all these little things over there, and yeah, you're going to see me kind of audition a few things. And you can fuss in the comments, I suppose, if you say, Christine, you should have used a candy cane or the bow or whatever. I end up doing something a little more like tone on tone, if you want to think of it that way. I'm going to end up actually pulling in, there was a ton of these little silver stars in, the little ephemera pack. I even tried that ornament. I thought maybe that'd make that work, because I thought I could put a string on top of the ornament, and I just, no, it's not going to work either. So I end up pulling that off. Y'all, I'm auditioning everything. Almost every piece of ephemera, it seems like, goes up there next to that. And I go, no, none of that looks right. I feel like it was going to be just too much. And I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I got all the color on the right, and then the more like monotone or like the more neutral stuff on the left. And I don't think that's bad. I think that's okay. So here's where I tried these little, or I didn't try. This is where I'm gluing down those silver stars. And that's all I'm going to end up doing, actually, once I get this on here. I look at it. I kind of contemplate a few other things. I think I even pulled out my chipboards again, but I don't show that on camera. And I don't do anything else. I decide that's it. I'm done. So here's the slowdown. You can see the close-up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the playlist and the original. I know hers was from a sketch, but I think it's always kind of cool to see how somebody's interpretation of the sketch turns into another layout and turns into another layout. Oh, y'all, sorry about the hand there. Anyway, y'all have a good day, and we will see y'all next time. Bye.